The movie begins with a boy named Rick who is running fast behind his school bus because he woke up late. The bus stops a little ahead, but Rick keeps running and bumps into it. He also hits the stop sign and then the door when he tries to get on. It's a rough day for him because nobody at school allows him to sit with them. Everyone keeps saying they're sorry and he can't sit with them. Then he sees one of his friends who offers him a seat. After sitting, Rick looks back and sees a girl sitting with her friend. Rick likes that girl a lot and she is his crush. Her name is Zell. When Rick's friend notices him staring, he tells him to forget about her because she already has a boyfriend. The science trip starts and they all reach a place where a bird is sitting on a branch. Zell is watching it closely. Rick takes a picture of the bird with his camera, but the camera flash causes the bird to catch fire. Luckily, no one sees it happen. The bird falls down while burning and Rick tries to stop the fire with his shoe. During that moment, his shoe hits Zell's boyfriend. He gets angry and asks Rick how he dared to hit him. Zell stops the fight. Then the CEO of a science company arrives and tells them to stop fighting while placing his hand on Rick's shoulder. As the kids move forward, Rick notices the CEO doesn't look well. He is coughing and there is blood in his cough. Rick asks if he is okay. The CEO says yes and then asks about Rick's parents. Rick tells him they have passed away. The kids then reach a glass room with dragonflies inside. One of them flies toward Rick and bites his neck. When Rick gets home, we see he lives with his old uncle and aunt. He feels pain while walking and his body feels swollen. His uncle tells him to feed the fish. When Rick opens the aquarium, he feels like vomiting and rushes to his room. His uncle follows him and explains that he is growing up and it's normal. But Rick falls on his bed and goes into deep sleep. Meanwhile, the CEO is showing his inventions to others. Rick sits on an electric chair and gets shocked. A man nearby reaches to help. Rick grabs his hand, and the man's soul enters Rick's body. This means the CEO gets a longer life. The people there get scared after seeing this. Then we see Rick waking up and turning on his computer. Rick starts searching on Google to know what happens when a dragonfly bites. But suddenly he gets a message notification. It says that Professor X has added him on Facebook. Along with it, he receives some more messages. The messages say, "When you come to meet me, don't look for me. I will come to you myself." At that moment, Rick sees a picture of his father and becomes sad. He says, "Dad, you left too soon." The next morning at school there is a science fair. Red also comes to the event. A famous guest arrives too. He is the well-known scientist Stephen Hawking. He tells the kids, "Look at me. I cannot walk. I also wish my life was like yours. I could go anywhere I wanted." After that, all students go in different directions. While walking, Rick sees Zell and keeps looking at her. Suddenly, he bumps into Zell's friend. The friend becomes angry and says, "Watch where you're going." Rick walks ahead and drinks water. As he touches the G support, his hand sticks to it. He pulls off one hand and sees small hairs growing on it. His hand also feels sticky. When he tries to remove his other hand, it sticks to a typing box. With a strong pull, he again hits Zell's friend and a fight begins. Friends, if you are watching this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. During the fight, Rick falls onto Stephen Hawking's wheelchair. Stephen gets hurt and falls into a beehive. The bees come out and all students run in fear. Rick runs away and notices he can walk on walls. He can also jump very high. His hands are sticky now. His body has become more flexible. He feels like he has become Spider-Man. Then he sees a fast-moving truck. An old woman and her dog are standing in front of it. Rick quickly runs and pushes them to safety. The truck stops too. People gather and look at Rick in surprise. But when he looks again, the old lady is stuck in a piece of wood, and her dog is crying. After that, Rick goes back home. When he enters the house, he sees a strange scene. His uncle and his friend are standing there. His uncle throws a cap at him, which he catches easily. His uncle looks at him and says, "Rick, you look a little different." Rick quickly answers all his questions. Then they try an experiment. He picks up a knife and hits it on a book, but the knife bends and Rick is not hurt. Now they understand that Rick has special powers. Then Rick hears strange sounds from the house next door. That is where his friend Zell lives. Zell comes out of her house because her friend was supposed to pick her up. While leaving, Zell says to Rick that she wants to go for a car ride with him. Rick looks at his bicycle with an innocent face and wonders how he will take her on a bike. Suddenly the small bicycle falls and breaks. This means Rick has no way left to take Zell out. Rick comes back home. He gets a video call from Professor X. But the call drops and a message shows up. It is an ad from a bank. It says, "If you want a loan for a car, we can give it to you." Rick feels happy after seeing this. In the morning he goes with his uncle and aunt to apply for the loan. But some robbers come to steal from the bank. Rick goes outside and sees a crowd there. In that crowd, a monkey is doing tricks. But Rick's uncle is lying on the ground. He runs to him and sees that he is still alive. Someone asks Rick, "Are you a responsible boy?" Rick says, "I don't know myself." Then a medical team comes and takes his uncle to the hospital. On the other side we see the CEO sitting in his office. A girl who helps him enters the room. The CEO is feeling sick. He holds the girl's hand and takes away all her power. Then he hides her body in the cupboard. Now Rick is with his uncle and thinks he should meet Professor X, because he has already seen his face. He goes to a special school. There, Professor X tells him that he is a special child. He has a lot of power. If he uses it the right way, he can go very far. Professor X is in a wheelchair and meets his wife, who is also in a wheelchair. During the talk, Professor X's wife brings a small child. The child doesn't look human. Slowly he lifts his hands to his head and throws Professor X into the air. Now we see Professor X's wife talking to Rick. She tells him, "You came to this school without a costume. If you want to be a hero, you must make your own special outfit." Then Rick sits down and starts to design his costume. His outfit is cream-colored and has a black dragonfly on it. He got this idea after being bitten by that dragonfly. Then Rick goes to the top of a building and sits there. Another boy comes who is wearing a blue costume. He says, "This is my place. Go away." Rick replies, "Let's talk." Then both of them sit together. The next morning Rick goes to an office for a job interview. He shows them pictures of his costume. But the people are not very impressed. Just then someone comes and says, "Police are standing outside the university." After hearing this, Rick disappears. Now we see inside the university, where the same CEO has arrived. He is wearing black and red clothes. There is a special tube on his arm. He has come to take blood from young people. He wants to make a liquid that can help him stay young forever. Then Rick also reaches there in his dragonfly costume. A fight starts between them. Everyone was watching the whole fight. It became very serious when the CEO started throwing metal plates at Rick. But luckily Rick's costume was strong enough so he did not get hurt and his life was saved. In the end, the CEO quietly ran away from there. At night, Zell came out of the theater and Rick followed her to talk. Zell said that she came for a movie audition. Rick gave her a flyer with a smile and asked how she was doing. Zell smiled and said she thought Rick wanted to say something else. But Rick felt shy and said nothing. Zell walked away. She did not know that the boy wearing the dragonfly costume was Rick. But she liked that hero and was impressed by him. A little later, some bad men started following Zell. Rick saw them and quickly became the hero again. He fought those men and saved Zell. Zell looked at Rick with love as if she was saying thank you with her eyes. On the other side, the CEO was at home doing research. He knew that he must get the power of 47 people to live forever. He started working on that plan. Meanwhile, Rick invited Zell to a party at his house. Zell came and became good friends with Rick's aunt. She told everything on the phone and said she was feeling something special about the Dragonfly man. She felt that maybe she liked him. At the same time, Zell's friend and his uncle arrived, who were actually the CEO in disguise. Then Rick entered the room wearing his Dragonfly suit. But before he could change his clothes, the CEO entered the room because he had a doubt that Rick might be the Dragonfly man. Rick quickly hid on the roof. When the CEO came inside, Rick silently hid behind a cupboard or in a corner. The CEO tried to search for him, but Rick kept watching him quietly. In the end, the CEO got tired and left the room. Then Rick entered again wearing normal clothes. The CEO saw some wounds on Rick's hand and lips and asked where he was coming from. Rick replied that he had a fight with a boy. The CEO had more doubts that Rick might be the Dragonfly man. But Rick did not give a clear answer and changed the topic. Then Zell's friend left. Now Zell and Rick were alone and started talking about the Dragonfly man. Suddenly the CEO came back wearing his black and red costume. In this dress his name was Glass. He tried to attack both of them. He said that he needed to take the lives of thousands of young people to stay young forever. Rick tried to fight him but lost his balance and fell down. After that, the CEO went to a class and controlled everyone. He took their lives. We see that everyone died. Now we see a hospital scene where Rick's uncle, who was unconscious before, is now awake. The doctors clearly said not to give him any bad news. But one doctor comes and tells him that his wife has passed away. The next morning her funeral is held and her husband, Rick's uncle, also attends it. He lies down in the coffin to stay with his wife. But he does not know that it is someone else's coffin. When the real coffin comes, it slips and the cover opens. His wife's body falls out. Because it falls near the fire, the body gets burned. After some time, we see that Rick's uncle is now alone. He has a beard on his face. The house is very dirty. Then Rick's friend and uncle come to meet him. The uncle gives him a ring and says that you must live by the words written on this ring. These words are respect, honor, pride, promise, duty, and health. After hearing this, Rick is about to say something. He says, "Now I feel that I should follow all these things. I also want to become a superhero. But I do not understand what I should do." I feel very worried because class told Rick that he will go to an event where thousands of people will be. There he will take everyone's life and become strong. At that moment, news comes on TV that a big program is going to happen. Thousands of people will join it. Rick quickly understands that this is the place where everything will happen. He goes there. But he does not know that the CEO is actually class. Rick asks the CEO who class is. The CEO looks around and sees a man talking to children. He tells Rick that this is class. Rick quickly goes and starts hitting that person badly. At the same time, the real class, who is the CEO, runs away from there. When class runs, he takes his electric chair with him. As soon as he goes up, he throws the whole roof on Rick. At that time, Rick is wearing his Dragonfly costume. But Rick uses all his strength to lift the roof off himself. Then something strange happens. The girl falls again on Rick. Now class is about to throw plates when the girl comes in the middle to save Rick. She gets hurt. Rick does not understand what to do. He quickly goes to the roof where class is sitting on his chair. Rick turns on the chair to bring back the electricity and saves the girl's life. Then the girl thanks Rick. At the same time, they all see on the screen that only 10 seconds are left. After that, class will become a very powerful person. They decide to stop him. Class starts throwing plates again. But Rick moves fast and saves himself. Then he brings a liquid that explodes. From that blast, class, who is the CEO, dies. But because Rick's Dragonfly suit is strong, he does not get hurt. On the other side, the girl also falls far away because of the explosion. Now Rick and the girl are falling from the building together. While falling, the girl notices that Rick has the same mark on his hand. Then she realizes that Rick belongs to a powerful family. They both tell each other how they feel. And the movie ends here. Friends, if you like the story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.